Now we'll be talking about adjectives. What are adjectives? Adjectives describe nouns. In Latin, they have 3 forms, and they decline just like nouns.
So now we're going to look at the 3 parts that adjectives have. And they have these parts to help with gender identification. So as you can see here, these are our masculine. They're going to end in US or IS, and they'll normally be at the very beginning. And then you have your feminine ones right here, and then you have your neuter ones. And so you'll just have to make sure that you use the right one depending on what gender your noun is.
So adjectives, like nouns, fall under declensions. Here are some examples of first and second declension adjectives. Dexter, dextra, dextrum, durus, dura, durum, hospitus, hospita, hospitum. You'll notice that these adjectives have the same endings as first and second declension nouns, and that's why they fall under this first and second declension.
Now we're going to look at some third declension adjectives. And so for these, most of the time they're going to end in is, and e. So it'll be similis, similis, simile. And so most of the time that's what it's going to look like, but for some cases in the masculine form it'll be er. And so here are some examples of third declension adjectives.
When you're translating adjectives, they're a little bit different than when you use them in English, because they must agree with the nouns they modify in case, number, and gender, and usually when you see them they become after the noun.
So now let's look at an example of using an adjective. So our example noun is going to be puella, puellae, which translate as girl. And then our adjective is going to be altus, alta, altum, which means tall. And so looking back at what we have to do to make the adjectives work, first we're going to make sure it's the same case. So you'll notice down here for the different cases off to the side that all of them have the same ending to show that they have the same case. Next, they all agree in number. So these are all singular, and these are all plural, so none of them are mixed up together. Lastly, we have gender. So we have chosen to use alta as the feminine adjective to go with our feminine word puella. So all of these are going to translate as tall girl or tall girls.